The first thing African people have to know is this, is that the name of our continent was never Africa. The name of our continent was Ethiopia.
Anyone here from America, Canada, Australia, anywhere in the world, France, Europe and everywhere, Ethiopia is not Africa. Ethiopia is not in Africa, right? That's what all of you out there say.
They told you the continent is called Africa. But what if the name itself is a spell? For thousands of years, maps labeled the motherland Ethiopia, and the oceans beside it Ethiopian Sea. Africa was a Roman general's name. Atlantic came from the Greek Titan.
That Ethiopia is never in Africa. Ethiopia is not in Africa. Wait a minute. You want Ethiopia to be poor, to remain in the darkness, to remain in the bush, to remain there with nothing. No, Ethiopia is African.
Burnt face, mentioned in Genesis chapter 2. The name Africa comes in the last part of the last millennium, when General Africanus, an Italian Roman general, defeated the African army, and it was his privilege and his right to name what he conquered. In Psalm 68, when the Bible says, "And Ethiopia shall raise forth her hands," God is taking us back to our original mandate of African people and telling us, you have been designated as wealth managers.
And I'll tell you why. Many of you are calling Ethiopia not to be an African country, not to be from East Africa. Imagine Ethiopia, Kenya. They are in Kenya, they are in Africa, and they are in East Africa. I'll tell you why. Clips here, I will come back.
Ethiopians are not native to Africa.
Up to this day.
You say that your people came down from the Middle East. You are not native African.
No, not at all.
Ethiopians.
As a matter of fact, we don't have the Negro blood at all. And we migrated from the Semitic type of the Saudi Arabia and Yemen and the countries just away from the Red Sea. And the origin could be said that some people drafted and came to the northern part of Ethiopia. And then they migrated inwards. And time went on, they stayed and stayed. And then the Hamitic races from the bordering, from the south and from Sudan and things like that, from the countries
but
in
if
Africa.
You, excuse me for interrupting, but if you don't have Negro blood, then this is news to me. The Ethiopians, I would think, wouldn't have any particular feeling about race relations in other parts of Africa.
We don't at all feel any relationship. It's none of our concern. I mean, we just don't care about it, as we don't have the Negro blood. We shouldn't have to worry ourselves. I mean, the color you might, the color of my face, it's just dark because it's due to the exposure of the sun. And my country is a mountainous country. It's 800 feet above sea level. And it's more or less nearer to the sun than is the other countries that lay near the equator.
Yuma?
Yeah.
You're not white?
And not black?
Not black. What are you?
It's just in between.
Yuma, and I would like to know, are you, for instance, very much interested in the South African race policy? Or do you stand more or less objective towards that?
Not at all. We wish you would do things fairly. I mean, I wish.
So, hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're good. Actually, I've been seeing a lot of comments like this. Let me ask, why are Ethiopians, why do you guys see it as a burden to be blacks or to be Africans? You guys, you are real Africans, you are East Africans, and the earlier I realized that, the better. You understand? Like, I used to see people when they see us on the street, they'll be like, oh, hi African. Yo, Ethiopia is in Africa. And to make matters worse, you guys, the people from the south are real black. You have the Luos, the Oromo people who are proudly black and nice. Yani. But why are you making life so hard for these people? Even your fellow black people, you feel like they don't belong to you just because of color.
Black, right? I'm not black. I'm Habesha.
So are Habesha people really black? Okay, the first thing that we have to establish is who are Habesha people? Well, people who consider themselves Habesha are typically people from the countries of Eritrea or Ethiopia. They're typically people from those two countries that share the same values and cultures. Now, this term has been a little controversial in recent times due to the fact that there are some Ethiopians and Eritreans who only consider themselves Habesha and not black. 100%, y'all are niggas, y'all are black, y'all literally reside in Africa. Ethiopia and Eritrea are in the continent of Africa. Now, whether or not you're a dark-skinned Habesha, a light-skinned Habesha, even a brown-skinned Habesha, you are still considered black. Now, the reason why a lot of Habesha people believe that they're only Habesha and not considered black is because Habesha people have a cultural connection to Semitic people in the Arabic Peninsula. And Semitic people back in the day were either considered Hebrew or Arabic. Due to these cultural ties, that's why some Habesha people believe they're not black, but they're Arabic. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Do y'all think that Habesha people are black?
Ethiopia is the only true African country. These are the real patriotic Africans. Okay? These are the real patriotic Africans. I will set examples. Ethiopians are the only African countries that were never colonized. Did you know that? No. Now, the whole world is in 2025. But Ethiopia is not in 2025. They are not following your calendar. We are following the calendars given to us. Ethiopia is not. Go to Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. All the streets in Addis Ababa are named after every African country. How do you want them to be patriotic? I love you guys, Ethiopians. These are the true definitions of Africans. So I think if there's anything they want to talk about Africans, Ethiopians should be the one in front to ask and to give any response. And again, they still eat raw meat. Some of you will say, no, cook me, cook. No, they don't die. They don't get sick. This is as they used to do back in the days. When they used to fight the wars, they had only meat to eat, raw meat. They didn't have fire because they were trying to hide away from these people who wanted to come and take their lands. And today, they don't have all these English, French.
When conquerors rename a land, they also rename its soul. And when you speak that name every day, you unknowingly repeat their spell. Ethiopia means more than a country. It means the land of ether people, the original world, the cradle of humanity. This isn't just trivia, it's memory. It's the code to who you are, where you came from, and why the system wants you to forget. If this shook you, imagine what else they've hidden. We're decoding it all step by step. Join the link in the Telegram, link in the bio, to get the next drops and start breaking.
Now, I do not want to make any assumptions or jump to any conclusions about your life experiences and what it is that you have seen throughout your life, but to assume that Ethiopians' skin complexion, their face shape, and even their body type is different to the African. Wow. No, sir, no. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. I'll suggest that you do visit South Africa and just try and move through South Africa. See if you see people that seem to look similar to you. Ask them maybe, whether or not they are Ethiopian. My brother, for example, my very own blood brother, gets mistaken for being Ethiopian. I wonder why. God damn it, is he Ethiopian? I don't know.
There is this propaganda trending online that Ethiopians are saying they don't identify as Africans. When I listen to this, I laugh. And I laugh so bad because recently, for the past 6 months or so, I've been in good synergy with Ethiopians, and believe it or not, Ethiopians are even more African than the way we feel like we are Africans. Ethiopians take care of their brothers and sisters in their country. You will never hear an African say, I went to Ethiopia and I was marginalized, I was insulted, I was dragged, I was treated as this or that or trash. Ethiopians are different. Ethiopians are distinct. And come to think again of the fact that the headquarters of the African Union is found in Addis Ababa. And where's Addis Ababa found? In Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the cradle of humankind. So there is no possible way that humanity that stems from Ethiopia, that same Ethiopia that started humanity, is going to detest a portion of humanity. There is no possible way that makes sense if you think about it logically. Ethiopians are distinct and amazing people, and the love that they have shown to me and a good number of other Africans that I see on social
እንዴ አስታክፍረላ There is enough shit allergies in this world to last us a lifetime. You don't need to be adding anymore, okay? Our immune system cannot handle any more hives or swollen airways, whatever this is. Because the only European thing about you is internalized white supremacist ideology. About you or anybody from back home who thinks like this. Bezaye, yene konjo. model ሁኚ ሂጂና ሞዴል ሁኚ እንደዚህ አይነት ነገር ታዩ ኦኬ እንዴ አታፍሪም ትንሽ ሾይ ማፈር ኦኬ በቃችሁ ይብቃን እንደዚህ አይነት ነገር ይብቃን የማይሆን ነገር ይብቃን stop it stop it.
Thank you so much. I just came to Africa to tour. That was in January, I think, and he came here to tour Africa to know about Africa, to see how Africa is. All right, but as he was exposing everything about the world, about Africa, everybody was like, "Wait a minute, does Kenya has this kind of life, buildings, food, and everything, people, clothes, and money?" They saw Ethiopia. They were like, "Really? Ethiopia can't be Africa. Why? Because of the buildings there is in Ethiopia, development in Ethiopia. Number two is that finding out that Ethiopia has never been colonized by any country, fully colonized by any country, has never been there because they fought Italy and they won. Now, when they see Calvin, Ethiopia, they expecting Ethiopia to be poor, right? To be under some rules, some government ruling over it. Some people making laws for Africa, but Ethiopia has fought for its own life, for its own stand, to remain being ruled by its own people. When they see a country growing, developing from something to something, they're like, wait a minute, that this country really depending on itself? But why? How? That is very impossible. But the African countries are really growing. Look at Africa. Entire Africa at large, everywhere is growing. Speed came into Africa to tour and learn about Africa, but now he exposed the lies, he exposed the old natives, he exposed everything about Africa. When they see Ethiopia is grown, tall buildings, beautiful roads, good houses, and normal life, they're like, wait a minute, Ethiopia has clubs, Ethiopia has hotels and everything, Ethiopia has people. And people wear clothes. They do well. They have everything you're talking about, because you are thinking of only you, because you are white in America, to be having everything that it takes, because it's a white man's privilege to you to have everything. But no, even in Africa, people are admiring to be in Africa. People are admiring to live in Africa, because they're choosing living normal life, affordable life, not being scared of work or something. Africa is really building a space for everybody out there who is willing to work with Africa. Africa is building a space for everyone, but all of you are out there acting down about Africa. When they see that, they're like, Ethiopia can't be Africa. These tall buildings are supposed to be in America, Europe, or Canada, or somewhere else. These beautiful roads with the potholes are supposed to be in the UK or somewhere else, France. They're wondering how come the Ethiopia was never colonized by any country fully, but they fought for it. They feel like Ethiopia might be Arabic or what? Because Ethiopia, somehow they speak Arabs, they speak Arabic, but no, Ethiopia is in Africa, has been built in Africa, and it's really packing some people are falling in love with Ethiopia. Every single day, every single time people are speaking about Ethiopia, somebody has to go and find out why Ethiopia? Why not the other country? Why just Ethiopia? Peaceful country, welcoming people freely, and it don't matter from where you are from. Skin color doesn't matter in Africa. Your skin color is nothing to us. Your reaction, your love, your appreciation, your life with somebody, your love towards someone is what makes us love you. Why is Africa so welcoming to anybody in the world? Somebody asked me in the comment, like, why do you talk about every single time and you're not from Ethiopia? I was like, Ethiopia is in Africa. Ethiopia is my neighbor. From Kenya, next country is Ethiopia. Apart from Uganda, Tanzania, and everything, we are neighbors. I have to appreciate ours. I have to appreciate what is in Africa. I'm not like people who are living in America, because you are living in Texas or living in the New York. Not about somebody who's living in Alabama, somebody who's living in Nebraska, because they're living in the rural areas. No way. Africa Africa, we appreciate ourselves. We appreciate each other for everything we are doing towards each other. So there's nothing like us trying to fight each other, trying to troll Africa. I mean, trying to troll Ethiopia that can be seen by the world that are from Kenya. No, as long as it's from Africa, and the youth, we are coming to erase everything. The power we have on Africa, so that we can stand on our own, on our feet, without depending on you. So feel like we need everything from you. We need permission to do everything in Africa. No. Youths are coming to destroy the lies you have been making about Africa. Don't be scared, Africans, because we are the one they want. We are the prize here. So they have to respect us. Either way, they have to respect us. So Africa is developed, grown. All of you are out there falling in love with Ethiopia and Kenya, South Africa and Nigeria. Fine, but what we want from you, don't be racist. Don't be choosing sides because you are rich and poor. You can't respect me, because we don't do that in Africa. Talking about the movies, in Africa, normal life, don't do that. We respect each other. We love each other. We want to break the borders between Ethiopia and Kenya and Uganda. Anywhere else, we want to break any border between Africans. So, African American, in America, let me tell you one thing. You want to come home. Either in Ethiopia, in Kenya, wherever in Africa, Ghana, wherever, come home. Right? Just come home, because this is your home, because everybody out there is falling in love with your home. Tell me, why are you packing bag to go and work in America, work in Saudi Arabia, work in Canada, work in UK? You can have your own life here. It ain't easy by the out there. That they are hard, but now what can we do? We love home, we love Africa, and let's stay united. Let's keep on connecting to each other every single time. But what you can do here, can subscribe here, comment my video, tell me what do you think about the video, what do you think about Africa, what do you think about Ethiopia growing, being loved with it, as an African who are living out there in America. Tell me in the comments. God bless you and peace be with you. We love Africa. One love.